Okay, AP Computer Science, welcome back. We're going to take a look at CountX now. CountX is very similar to Count7, so make sure you know how to do Count7. Once you get the pattern behind sort of the bunny ears questions, Count7, you'll see that the similar thing is going to happen in CountX. These are kind of trivial because they're not any better than loops, but that's okay. It's just kind of practicing that mindset and understanding how do you identify a base case. How do you structure your recursive case? That's the real practice we're doing. So in this case, we're counting the letter X, how many lowercase x characters we have in a particular string. And we'll have some nice review as well about how to use substring and maybe char at or whatever you want to use for that. You can use substring entirely or you can use some char at. Your case, your call. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the answer and then I'll try to illustrate it. I don't think I want actually the else if. I think that's not necessary. So just to confirm we know what's going on, here's our lovely example. So we're trying to see how many x's are in a particular string. In this case, there's 4 x's. There's 2 at the front and 2 at the back. So it should return 4. Here there's 3. It should return 3. Here there's none. So it returns 0. So that's the story. And it's going to be kind of like Count7. So we'll look for them, and if we find them, we'll add 1, or we'll return 1 plus the method, but we'll feed it a smaller substring that doesn't include the first x, or whatever character it is. So our base case is going to be if the string is length 0. If there's nothing in the string, there's no x's, so we can return 0. So there's our base case. It's kind of a silly sounding base case, but it's absolutely accurate. It's basically just going to be where we end. And then here is us checking the leftmost character. You could go rightmost if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. I just found it easier to look at the first one, just because that's always at character 0 or index 0. So I check to see if the first character is an x. I use char at. You could have used substring and dot equals as well. If it is, I return 1 because there's an x plus the count x, but then I send it not the string, but a substring of the string that drops the first character. So I send it str.substring 1. So that's going to be, for example, in this case, for this example, then that is, this x we're checking is going to be this one here, right? It's char at 0. And then the substring from 1 will be all this stuff here. So I'm saying if there's an x in the front, I'm going to add 1 plus however many x's there are in the rest of the string. So this is very much rest of the string. That's basically what this means. This is substring 1. That tells us that's the remaining part of the string that hasn't been counted yet. And so just like in Count7, this will kind of build up on the stack, and we'll have a string of adding 1s and 0s together. And there'll be as many 1s as there are x's. So that's how that question works. So yeah, check out Count7 as well. If this is the first one you're checking out, maybe it was just the substring stuff that tricked you on this, because sometimes seeing a new thing like a string with recursion will be confusing. So, and if you would like me to go further into depth with this one, let me know. We can do it in class as well. Okay, thanks, AP Scholars. Bye.